Hi. So, in this video, I'll be talking about how you can get into machine learning. In the last video, I talked about how to get into computer vision, basically my computer vision journey. And this video, I'll be talking about what I did to get into machine learning. Basically, I started off with machine learning. So, what I did and how I developed my machine learning skills, not the typical one. So, the entire thing. Yeah. So when I started off my journey, I didn't have any idea what AI is, as I mentioned in my first video, how I got into data science. So as everyone does, I started off with machine learning. Now, you see, machine learning is quite vast. It is all about learning statistics, machine learning, and deep learning. Deep learning is like mathematical functions and Python script working together, and machine learning is statistical analysis and understanding. Statistical modeling is what you call as machine learning. And before machine learning was called machine learning, it was also known as data mining. So I started off with one book, and that is this one, the data mining book. This particular book tells you like the basic concepts, what things are there. It is full of information. I don't think as a beginner you need to learn all those concepts. Mm, what do you say? The or you need not to understand all of it. Just keep reading the book as long as you can, as far as you can. I would suggest keep reading to the end, and you will understand most of the concepts. And I mean, you will at least remember them in the subconscious mind. So this is based on the traditional or the most famous software, that is Veka. What does Veka do? Veka is a software application that helps us to is a basically no code platform. Is a no code platform for your machine learning stuff and all other things. So this book is all about no code machine learning stuff on a trivial or elementary basis, but it solves a great purpose. I mean, uh, it helps you to understand all the basic machine learning concepts to a great extent. So yeah, you can learn about the algorithms. So when you are starting with machine learning, you need to learn about the algorithms. And there are two types of people I have observed. Not even two types of people, two ways of learning I have observed. One is the ones who learn algorithms, and one is the one who start implementing it from scratch unnecessarily. So implementing from scratch is one thing, until and unless you want your customization to be there, then absolutely justified. I also implemented many things from scratch because I wanted my own customization as per my requirement. But as a beginner, you need not to do. As a beginner, learn the algorithm, what algorithm does. So if I'm learning about KNN, I would not straight away jump into implementing from scratch. I mean, I know how to implement from scratch. That is not a huge thing. Like, implementing from scratch does help. So if you want to if you want to implement something for your own purpose, in that case, implementing from scratch is needed. However, when you're learning KNN, say I'm learning KNN, I wouldn't be learning how to implement it from the scratch. What I would be focusing on is like what KNN is. Okay, so I learned about KNN. I would also learn about, okay, I cannot use it on large data sets because it does not learn the data set. It is all about in-memory data set. It's all about in RAM memory consumption. So larger the data set, higher the computation time and all those things. Okay, so SVM is good. SVM does introduces the concept of kernels. So these kind of things are way more needed. What to use and when to use, and how to use is always available there on the internet. But you see, there is also one aspect. So first you learn about all the algorithms. You learn about what you start with linear regression, right? So everybody starts with linear regression, machine learning course by Andrew Ng, and the Udemy A to Z for the practical coding aspect, as I mentioned in my first video. Not the first video, technically not the first video. So how to do series, the first video in the how to do series or my journey series. Yeah. So the first thing is so I learned about how linear regression is, how logistic regression is. Then you shift on to KNN, SVM, KNN, SVM, decision trees, card algorithms, ID3, and all those things. So basically, all sort of algorithm. But the point is how to grasp those things. Either do you does it help totally jumping into the mathematics and getting nothing out of it? So maintain a balance. That's what I would say. What I would say is you read an algorithm, try to understand when it is beneficial, when it is beneficial, when to use, what are the best case or application scenarios. Like if the data set is of format, like there's a huge there are two types. What do you say? There's a circular distribution of data set. Like one class lies within the circle, other class lies outside the circle. Then you would use a kernel SVM. So these kind of things, learn these kind of things. These are the technicalities, these are the typicalities, these are the things which you will be needing in the practical world, right? So in the practical world, nobody is going to tell what algorithm to run. You have two options: either you run all the algorithms blindly, or you make a smart guess. Like you would say, yeah, these are the algorithms which are on the top of my head, and I would pick up this algorithm. I would pick up that algorithm. Why? Because you say, okay, these are the things, like I can understand using this algorithm benefits me, and my data set is of this format. Okay, now mind the word what I said. My data set is of this format. So one aspect is understanding what the algorithms is, what this algorithm does. What the algorithm does nothing. It is a replication of the behavior. It is a behavioral replication of your data set. It depends on how your data set is, and it acts according to it, right? Yeah. So once you need to understand what your algorithm does, the next aspect, however, this comes first, this comes last, uh, but you need to learn this first. Once you are good with algorithms, learn to understand your data set. What is understanding your data set mean? That is basically learning how to do EDA, exploratory data analysis. And exploratory data analysis, how does it help? It helps you like there is various methods. So there's no way of learning exploratory data analysis. The way I learned exploratory data analysis is by exploring various public notebooks of other people. So how they did exploratory data analysis. There's a data set, there's a tabular data set. Machine learning is always on a tabular data set. So there's a tabular data set. The typical pipeline is you perform the exploratory data analysis first, you understand how the data set is, then you move on to initial modeling, or what we call as baseline modeling. You try out few of the algorithms, which you think that these might be the best ones to begin with. Then you reach up some conclusion, then you do hyperparameter tuning as well as other things. So the EDA thing, what is EDA thing? You have that is what we call as data analysis. Also, that is also known as data analysis. Not exactly. So data analysis, then comes the data modeling or the modeling prediction, and hyperparameter tuning. So data analysis section is all about exploratory data analysis. You analyze each and every column if possible. If the number of columns is not huge, you can analyze each and every column which is affecting the target variable, if is possible. If it is not possible, there are various methods. We go for dimensionality reduction, we go for various methods. So those are also statistical methods. So once you understand why we are using those particular methods, set of tools, that would help. Basically, how does it help? It helps in selection. That is what I meant. It helps in selection. So there's a plethora. The more you learn, there are more choices you develop. So if you start learning about machine learning, you learn about simple algorithms, then and simple algorithms, ADA boost, bagging, XGBoost, cat boost, this boost, that boost. So there are a lot, hell lot of algorithms available. So which one to choose? Which one to choose depends on your understanding of what to do. Right. So first you do EDA. You do EDA. You understand like this is what I need to do. If the number of columns is less, you can directly perform the EDA column wise EDA with a target variable. Nothing is better than that. However, if the number of columns is huge, we preferably go for dimensionality reduction. So you reduce the dimensions. You reduce the dimension. You reduce the number of columns which are affecting the target variable. Basically, you reduce the number of columns to those which are having a greater impact rather than the ones which do not have a greater impact. So then uh, this is EDA. You need to learn about EDA. So EDA is there's no way of learning about EDA. I'll most probably make one tutorial video of how to do some sort of EDA. However, that would not be generic. EDA is a thing that comes by practice. Yeah. Next, coming to resources and learning things. So first you need to learn by Veka, as I said. Learn Veka and understand do not learn Veka. Veka is a software tool, simulation tool, which is a node platform. How does it help? So when you are just starting off with machine learning, there's a lot to learn. There's Python, there's algorithms, there's their implementation. There's a lot happening. And for a beginner, at least I felt it to be extremely inundating. And the best solution was to use Veka. And yeah, so I use Veka. You can import your CSV files, start initial experimentation. It supports a lot of features. It supports feature selection, modeling, parameter tuning, all kind of things. So you learn about what you understand your machine learning concepts to a greater extent. Then comes implementing to sklearn, which is an industry standard practice. So the more algorithms you learn and the better data sets you have, you learn about sklearn. So there's two things. One is learning sklearn, and simultaneously comes learning about pandas. So pandas is a data analysis tool created by Wes McKinsey, and yeah, it's a great tool. So to learn about pandas is basically how to deal with CSV files in a way better manner. You learn about pandas. Then we proceed to stats model. So how does stats model help? Yeah, so stats model is basically not the easiest way if you're a beginner, but if you have went through the path and you've reached an intermediate level, so stats model is the best way and the easiest way, and the I would say would be your preferable way once you understand what machine learning is and statistical concepts. So it gives a detailed report for every model you train and fit. So it's a technical jargon. You don't use the word train, you use the word fit. Yeah, so after you fit every model, it gives a detailed report, and it helps a lot. It helps a lot in understanding what it is, what it's taught. So stats model at the end, and for hyperparameter tuning and all those stuff, we have Optune and things. For logging, we have weights and biases, and if you want to, so basically you start with the initial modeling, then we shift on to there are various techniques. So those are known as feature engineering. So it would really be the case when you'll be handed over a very what do you say is an extremely clean and tidy data set. So most of the cases, the data set would be something which is straight from the database, and the database doesn't maintain the data set in the way which is suitable for your data analysis or your data modeling. So for that scenario, you need to learn about feature engineering. Feature engineering is about how to, so this is your data set, how to transform it into a manner that would be useful to your data analysis or your data understanding. So feature engineering is something I would say is one of the key concepts or the key skills that you should master. So if you have mastered feature engineering, you're one of the best machine learning engineers. That is for sure. And in the end, I would conclude by saying what are the resources you should follow. So first thing I think in my opinion is best way to learn about machine learning is gauge your understanding. Gauge your understanding. So when you're starting off, you should learn about Veka. So now you have shifted to sklearn. Sklearn using Python. Follow some basic tutorials about what sklearn using Python is. So best way to learn is Udemy A to Z course. Next, proceed to your own implementing or try your own implementation using various data sets. How to do that? So either you read, the best way is reading different people's different notebooks. Yeah. So once you read different notebooks, the variety, so you'll find various concepts. So don't go for the extremely tough ones or the most popular ones. Gauge your understanding, gauge your expertise. Read the ones which are one step ahead or two step ahead of whatever you know at that particular moment. That would help and would not intimidate you and make you feel sorry about your understanding or your level or whatever it is. Basically, don't get frustrated by it. The field is quite frustrating. However, it is important to proceed in the best possible way. And I'm extremely glad and happy that I was helped by a few of the people who helped me not who helped me in proceeding in the right direction. So I would also like to help you. First is like read the book. After you're done, you would be reading simultaneously various notebooks, right? And in the meanwhile, to learn the concepts, first is the data mining practical book. Second book is machine learning book by Andreas. Once you read that, that is an excellent, tremendous, fabulous, stupendous book to understand the machine learning concepts in the best possible way using Python language. Then you should proceed to what to say. There's a book, Hands-on Machine Learning with sklearn and TensorFlow. So you would be concerned with the first half of the book, that is Hands-on Machine Learning with sklearn. So you should learn that. That book is also quite good. That majorly teaches you in a what do you say, in a sequential manner, how you start off with the basic things, then you end up building a pipeline. So how does a pipeline help? Pipeline is nothing but it helps you in in a repetitive what do you say, in a repetitive experimentation. Given that the format of the experimentation is same, so if the template of the experimentation is same, you can use pipelines. If the template of the experimentation might differ, pipeline won't work. That is how pipelines help. Then you proceed to feature engineering. Learn about feature engineering. Learn a lot about feature engineering. And yeah, that's all from my end. The best tools, as I mentioned, Veka, sklearn, stats model. Stats model is extremely difficult for a beginner, but it would be extremely easy if you are into machine learning. Then we have. I think that's all. That's all. And just keep on working, keep on experimenting, keep on learning a lot. Yeah, and in the meanwhile, always keep practicing some interview questions. How does it help? It helps you to gauge your understanding and clarify the concepts you have learned. So like you have learned about KNN, you learned about clustering, you learned about hierarchical clustering, or you learned about agglomerative clustering. So you pick up a test, you try out your understanding, and that would help you to understand, like that would end up in three things. So help you in identifying the concepts you already know, the things you don't know, and the things you had a wrong perception or understanding of. So that's how it helps. And I would like to announce, if I would be posting I would be posting content on this channel regularly, one video every week, hopefully, if time permits. And in the meanwhile, you can join my Slack community. People over there interact regularly, share content, share their understanding, discuss, collaborate. everything happens, that is data science and AI. The website is under making, but hopefully it will be completed soon. The link is down there in the description. Please subscribe to the channel, and thank you. Take care. Bye bye. And if you have anything to ask regarding machine learning, I might have missed something or the other. Please drop the comment, drop that and mention down in the comment section. I'll definitely get back to it. Yeah, take care. Bye bye.